Hi everybody, welcome back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. A worrying thought indeed for our new signing, Sandro Tonali. That's right, he's all over social media and the media. He's been sent home from the Italian camp along with Nicola Zaniolo, who's on loan, I think from Roma to Aston Villa, because they're being investigated by the Italian police for potentially breaching the gambling and betting guidelines, which is not good whatsoever. It's not the kind of news Eddie Howe wants to wake up and see either. And this could turn out to be a real problem for Sandro Tonali and for Newcastle United, to be honest with you. Now, before I get stuck into this, it's really important to say that the rules on gambling and betting in Italy are really, really strict, way stricter than they are here. Obviously, we've seen the likes of Ivan Toney get nailed against the wall. Even Trips got nailed not too long ago for betting. But it's not clear whether Sandro Tonali has been betting in football games or he's been betting on other sporting events, be it, boxing or tennis or UFC or, tiddlywinks or whatever. But he's obviously, they feel that he warrants investigation. And the Italian FA have released a statement and they sent both the players back home and said that basically they're not right in the mindset to play the game. I know Italy are playing England, I think, on Tuesday. Obviously, Sandro won't have any part in that game whatsoever, and he's been sent back to his club, Newcastle United. So what could this mean for Tonali? I mean, hopefully it's a storm in a teacup and it's much ado about nothing. He's been betting on boxing or something or other sport like that. He's not been betting on football. But the rumours coming out about Zaniolo is that they reckon he was betting about Roma games while he was on the bench, which is, if that's true, is fucking horrendous. And I can't imagine Unai Emery's going to want him anywhere near the Villa team. And obviously for Villa, he's only on loan. They can scrap his loan deal and bomb him back over to Serie A. This is all came in the wake of a Juventus midfielder. I think it's Fagioli who's been found. I think has he been found guilty or not? I don't know if he's really been found guilty. Let us know in the comments below if I'm wrong with that. But he's kind of admitted he's got a gambling addiction. So I think Juventus are looking to try and support him on that. But it's obviously kicked the hornet's nest for this whole betting scandal in Serie A. It's not the first time the Serie A has been dragged through the mud in terms of scandal, match fixing, and all that kind of stuff. That's been a few years back then. That's still brought up these days, especially when Jose Mourinho wants to shithouse a journalist or another coach. But going back to Tonali, this is the last thing that Sandro needed, I think, given what I would say is a less than perfect start to a Newcastle United career. Now, before you all jump on me in the comments and attack me like I'm Craig Hope, and I actually quite like Craig Hope for what it's worth, but he does get a lot of shit for having to go at Tonali. Now, I don't think he's got an agenda. I don't think anyone's got an agenda against Tonali. That, let's call a spade here, right? He's had maybe flashes of real brilliance, but it's not maybe gone as well as we would have liked it to have done in most of the games. I mean, ironically enough, bar the Milan game where he wasn't great, he's been better in the Champions League, I think, because that pace suits him a bit better. There's a bit more time on the ball. There's less intensity, which is why we battered PSG the way we do. But bar the Aston Villa game in the Premier League, I'm not sure he's really reached those heights. He was amazing in that Villa game. He looked unbelievable. Him, Bruno, Joe Linton all together, I just thought we got the best midfield in the league, and he struggled a little bit from that point. He gives the ball away a little bit. He's a little sloppy in possession. The one that Bruno should have got a red card for against West Ham, I think that was Tonali's hospital ball. But he's not a bad footballer, and he has showed real flashes of brilliance and quality that which shows you why we've signed him for 52 million quid. But there is some of the fan base that are maybe looking with an eyebrow raised, thinking, Joe Willock's coming back, Joe Linton's coming back, Sean's in the form of his life, Elliot Anderson's looked really good, Louis Miley's still in the background. So, I mean, for Sandro Tonali, this is the last thing that he needed to really be under this dark cloud, because if there's one thing Eddie Howe wants, he wants that kind of, purity and unity in his side, where he doesn't want anybody having any scandals. However, when the whole Jamal Lascelles video came out with the fighting and everything, he stood by Jamal, so maybe he'll do the same thing in Sandro in this regard, and he won't make Sandro sit on the bench or exclude him from the team or anything like that. But it all just depends really on how this investigation goes. If it blows over and there's nothing to look at, it'll all be forgotten about. Yeah, there'll be a bit of stick from opposition fans and that kind of stuff, I'm sure. But the FA won't step in and give him a lengthy ban or something like they did with Ivan Toney. I mean, Ivan Toney was betting on games in the UK as well. So even if Sandro Tonali has been found guilty of betting on games in Serie A, it's got nothing to do with the FA or the Premier League. So you'd like to think that ban wouldn't transcend over to the English game, but you just never know these days with the way people like to make examples of other people. But let us know in the comments below what you think about this for Sandro. It isn't great, as I say. It's not ideal. It's not what he wants. He wants to settle down. He wants to show this new fan base, this new club, this new city what he can do, and he has done in flashes. But this is going to be a big setback if this turns into be something really big for Sandro, and it isn't great timing for him. You know, people are talking about already, we've seen comments on previous videos we've done saying we'll need to sign a new midfielder if Tonali gets, you know, fucked by this betting scandal. I'm not really sure that we do it, to be honest with you. I think we're stacked in that position, as I've just listed them all out there. You know, Bruno, Sean, Joe Linton, Joe Willock, Anderson can play there. Louis Miley's look good there. So, I mean, for Sandro as well, it's probably the most competitive part of the Newcastle United squad. And if he has fucked up here and Eddie Howe is going to drop him, he could really struggle to get back in this side, to be brutally honest with you. You know, there's rumours of us looking at Smith Rowe and players like that. I'm not sure there's much weight in that, really, or Gibbs White. You know, and, you know, you put two and two together and you think yourself, they're starting to look at midfielders because they think there's a problem with Tonali. I'd like to hope not. I mean, if this was hanging over him, you'd like to wonder why we're signing him for 52 million quid. But he is a good player. I'm not going to stick the boot in him. I don't want you all jumping in the comments giving us shit. I do think he's a smashing player, and I think he is going to be a great Newcastle United player. But we need this whole thing to blow over. Hopefully the police will just say, yeah, no further action. He's not guilty of any, you know, betting on football or anything like that. You know, he'd be bet on tennis or whatever it is, and then it can all just be put behind him, and he can get back to concentrating on getting his Newcastle United career on the right track and getting us results, you know. So let us know in the comments below what you think about this, if you're disappointed, if you think it could have a real adverse effect on the relationship between Howe and Tonali and the future of Tonali at the club. We'll always like to hear what you got to say. Smash a comment in. If you can like the video too, it really helps the channel grow. Subscribe. Hang around for a bit more content. If you want to be a member too, there's an option there. Less than a pint of lager for loads of quality Newcastle United crack. Why not click that button and join this great community? Have a great day wherever you are, everybody, and let's hope Sandro isn't being a naughty boy and he can just get back to doing what he does best, and that is play football for Newcastle United. Have a cracking day, everyone. See you later. Cheers. Bye.